Well, friends, I'm super excited to be able to test the Luba 2 AWD Mini on a slope. I found the perfect slope, the perfect bank. To show you a little bit of the slope of the bank, I'm using the measuring app at certain sections of 39 to 38 degrees, and to get an average of the slope, I use this bar and press my phone against it. It shows me 34 degrees. Normally, the robot works on slopes of 38 degrees, so I'm really looking forward to testing this. If I put it on the robot, it shows me 35 degrees. You can see that the phone is stuck. If I let go of the phone, of course, it's going to fall. There's so much slope that even I have a hard time standing up. On the video, it always looks less steep, but I think there are some portions even steeper, like the ones over there. We're going to test and see how steep this one is. So if I press well, we're at 35 degrees for this part. I think it's the steepest. We'll see how it does at the bottom of the bank. What will it do? Will it stick to the fence? How will it turn, etc.? I should mention that the terrain is very irregular, meaning there are bumps. It's really a bank that hasn't been maintained much. I did a little hedge trimming to remove the largest bits of grass. Oh my, the slope is really impressive. All right, it's time for the truth. I can't wait to see what happens. It was a bit tricky at the bottom. We'll see if it can make it. Honestly, I don't know if you can imagine it, but this is really steep. So what happened? The robot stopped because it's out of the work area. In fact, I couldn't go too far since there's the fence. Unfortunately, I couldn't mow the fence line because there are branches and some tall grass. So I had finished the area here, more or less, but then it probably slipped or backed out of the area. That spot over there, I think, has more than 38 degrees. We have a little issue. The robot stopped. Is there a problem? I don't know. I'm going to try to get closer to the fence, scrape a little bit of the area, and see if it comes from that or not. Well, I just figured out what's going on. This is the second time the robot has stalled here, and by looking, I put the phone against the slope. We're at 38 degrees. It's really the maximum. All it takes is for the robot to try climbing here, and it goes up to 38 to 39 to 40 degrees. It's a bit too much. Unfortunately, in some places, we even reach 41 degrees. So what I'm going to do is remove this too steep part, which is probably the cause of the robot stopping. It's a safety measure. All right, let's go. I've relaunched it. In any case, what's still quite crazy is that it doesn't slip. We can see the grip is good with the four-wheel drive. As soon as there's a little bump, it tends to slide slightly, but it's not catastrophic. Here we also have an area where I think the robot has more than 38 degrees. We'll see if it can make it up or if it goes into safety mode. This is one of the steepest parts. It slips a bit, but not that much in the end. There it's going up calmly. Well, it's almost finished. To conclude, honestly, I'm not disappointed. It did a really good job and didn't damage the terrain too much, despite the fact that the soil was relatively loose and very moist. There was a bit of dry grass, and sometimes the wheels had a tendency to slip a little over 2 centimeters. But it's not really a big deal. We can see here, for example, but it's still holding its ground and cutting the whole surface. There are just 2 or 3 spots it didn't cover. I'm thinking of that area over there. We don't realize it, but the slope is probably more than 80%. At first, the problem came from the slope being too steep here. In any case, the bank is mowed, and that feels good. I really didn't expect it to be able to go up this slope. Honestly, plus, the terrain was not at all suitable for a robotic mower. So this means that the whole sloped area, I'll be able to do it with the robot. Despite all the bumps and irregularities in the terrain, it did an amazing job. If you want to order it, I'll put the link in the video description, and know that you can get a €50 discount, which is always nice to take. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, it's super important. Right now it's cutting a patch of grass. If you have any specific questions, don't hesitate to ask me directly in private. I'll also put the link to send me a message. I hope you liked this video. I'll see you next time. All right, ciao ciao.